just to find a Valgavoth. We do find a land, so I will absolutely tap all my creatures. We get it through the Omenpath. Let's hope we can find something really good. What's better here? I mean, we're right at 18. I think we have to take Overlord just to generate some blockers for us. Alright, opponent with another cash grab, another Valgavoth, and a summoned Bahamut in the graveyard. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Mill 3. Well, at least he got rid of a Zombify. And I will block that one. Let's hope he can't reanimate his summoned Bahamut next turn. Cosmogrand Zenith, I will play that one. This guy, we can pump him up to give all of our tokens +1. Pawpatch Recruit's really not the best draw for us. And I guess we can just attack with everyone. We do get to create 2 more of those tokens. An opponent did choose to take all that damage. It's probably just going to play a land and then sacrifice the siege ship. No, opponent gave it up. Let's absolutely go. It feels so good to beat a just deck that tries to cheese out all these bombs on turn 4. Yeah, we can go Collector's Cage. Ooh. I will take a... No, I'm going to do it like this. I wanted to do this last turn as well. We will grow this flyer. I will enchant this land right here. And then, look, I can create some human tokens, and then we're going to tap this land, and we need 1 extra mana to give this creature +10/+10 because we have 10 other creatures, and then we can attack with everyone. Let's absolutely go. GG. And yeah, opponent's looking at this little 2-1 that is now a 12-11, and he's like, how on earth did that happen? Well, doesn't really matter who you choose to block because it is over, my friend. So yeah, I'm really happy I was able to showcase that one for you guys. The remarkable readings, it really can pump a creature up out of nowhere. Opponents don't really know this card because it is a new card, and people aren't really playing with too many new cards from the new set, but let's absolutely go. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video. We are playing the digitally remastered Spider-Man set on Arena, which is called Through the Omenpaths, and that's the actual card we're playing with today as well. Through the Omenpath. For 8 mana, you get a enchantment that says at the beginning of combat on our turn, you get to look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you can put any creature you find from among them onto the battlefield, and then you put the other 4 cards on the bottom of your library. So of course, if you can put any creature onto the battlefield for free, essentially, you want to try and find some of the biggest, baddest creatures that are available to us in Standard right now. And I'm not going with the traditional package. I know a lot of people are playing with Through the Omenpath, so I wanted to go with some more unique creatures. Of course, one of the biggest, baddest creatures is Progenitus for 10 mana, 2 mana of every color, so you're never ever going to cast him. You always want to cheat him out. But yeah, you get a legendary Hydra avatar that is a 10/10, and he has protection from everything. So the opponents can't target him with any kill spells or exile spells, and the opponent's creatures can't block him. So that's a really nice way to close out games pretty quickly. Another fun creature that we could get out onto the battlefield would be the Ancient Adamantoise from the Final Fantasy set. You get a 8 power, 20 toughness turtle. He has Ward 3 and Vigilance, and we can see from his text, it says damage isn't removed from this creature, and all damage that would be dealt to other permanents we control or our life total get redirected to the Ancient Adamantoise instead. So if the opponent swings in for 5 damage to our life total, that damage gets redirected onto the Ancient Adamantoise, and he would go from 20 toughness down to 15 toughness, and we would not take any damage, which is really nice. And then if the Ancient Adamantoise does eventually die, then we get to create 10 tapped treasure tokens, so that could help us ramp quite a bit there as well. Another really fun creature to get out, and this one is a little bit more common, you will see this one around, and that's Summon Knights of Round for 8 mana. From the Final Fantasy set, we get a Saga Knight. He is a 3/3 with Indestructible, And for the first 4 chapters, so the next 4 turns, you get to create 3 2/2 white knight tokens. And then on the 5th and final chapter, other creatures we control get +2/+2 until the end of the turn, and you get to put an indestructible counter on them. So that's another nice way to close out games. I'm not sure I've ever really seen this guy get all the way up to chapter 5, just because for 4 turns in a row, if you're creating 3 2/2s, normally you can close the game out. Another nice creature to get off through the Omenpaths would be Overlord of the Mistmoors for 7 mana. You get a 6/6 Avatar Horror, and whenever he enters the battlefield, you get to create 2 2/1 flying moth tokens, and whenever this guy attacks, you get to create 2 of those moth tokens as well. And you can actually impend this guy for 4 mana, so we'll go ahead and move him over to the 4 mana slot because yeah, you can play him before you get through the Omenpaths down, whereas these other creatures that we've seen definitely won't be able to play them before we get through the Omenpaths. But yeah, another creature we're trying to find off through the Omenpath is the Pyrewood Gearhulk. When this creature enters, other creatures we control get +2/+2, and they gain Vigilance and Menace until the end of the turn, and damage can't be prevented this turn. He himself is a 7/7. And then finally, one of the final creatures I want to try and hit from through the Omenpaths is the Quilled Greatwurm. He has Trample. He's a 7/7, and he has the text that says, whenever a creature we control deals damage to the opponent, we get to put that many +1/+1 counters on that creature. So those are all the big cards, or those are all the big creatures we're trying to hit off through the Omenpaths. And for 8 mana, you might say, well, games never last until turn 8. That's way too expensive. But this Through the Omenpath enchantment has the Convoke ability, which is a really good ability, and we can see it says that our creatures can help cast this spell. So each creature that we tap will reduce the generic mana cost by 1 for this enchantment. So ideally what you want to do is play a bunch of creatures that produce a bunch of tokens for us. So that's why I went ahead and put Overlord of the Mistmoors on the 4 mana slot, just because he creates the 2 insect tokens. And then again, those tokens can help reduce the cost of Through the Omenpaths. But then I guess while we're on the 4 mana slot, we're playing with a new card from the set called Remarkable Teachings. For 4 mana, you get to enchant a land, and then you get to create 3 1/1 tokens. So again, those tokens can help reduce the cost of Through the Omenpath. We're playing with Sandstorm Salvager. For 3 mana, you get a 1/1 human, but he also creates a 3/3 golem, so it's kind of 2 creatures for 1 right there. We're playing with the Cosmogrand Zenith. For 3 mana, you get a human soldier. She is a 2 power, 4 toughness, and if you cast your second spell, or when you cast your second spell each turn, you can either create 2 1/1 human soldier tokens, or you can put a 1/1 counter on each creature we control. So again, another nice way of pumping out some more tokens. Another new card from the Spider-Man set, or Through the Omenpath set, is Surris, the Spidersilk Innovator. For 2 mana, you get a 0 power, 1 toughness creature, and he creates a 2 power, 1 toughness spider when he enters. So again, kind of 2 for 1 right there. And then we have the Pawpatch Recruit. For 1 mana, you get a 2/1 Rabbit Warrior, but if you spend 2 additional mana, you can cast him with Offspring, where he basically creates a copy of himself. So again, another 2 for 1 right there. And then finally, Llanowar Elf, just a really, really good 1-drop. But yeah, since we are playing with so many creatures that produce other creature tokens themselves as well, and since they all do have different power levels, 1 power, 2 power, Surris is 0 power, which I actually really like as well, and the Sandstorm Salvager, he creates a 3/3 golem. If you're playing with a bunch of, kind of tiny weenie creatures with those different power levels, then Collector's Cage is a really nice artifact as well. For 2 mana, you get the Hideaway 5 mechanic, where you can look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you get to choose one of them that you put underneath Collector's Cage, and then you can cast that card for free when we have 3 different creatures with 3 different power levels. So again, we have a lot of 1 power, 2 power, 1 creature with 0 power, and 1 creature that can produce a 3-powered creature as well. But then the Collector's Cage, maybe you have a 1 power and 2 2-powered creatures. Collector's Cage, you can spend 1 mana and tap this one to put a +1/+1 counter on another one of the creatures we control as well. So we can go ahead and move Collector's Cage over to the Through the Omenpath, because it kind of is the same card in a roundabout way. I mean, Collector's Cage, you only get to look at the top 5 once, whereas Through the Omenpath, every single turn at the beginning of combat, we get to look at the top 5 and put a creature from amongst them onto the battlefield. So yeah, with Collector's Cage and Through the Omenpaths, our game plan is to just get out a bunch of creatures that can produce tokens and then help reduce the cost of Through the Omenpath, or maybe find a Collector's Cage that can also help us find one of these massive creatures that will hopefully win us the game right on the spot, kind of. So yeah, let's just jump into the games and see how the deck does. All right, guys, we get to go first, and I will keep this hand. Multiversal Passage will have to come in as the green source for us, and I will pay 2 life so we can get the little elf down. And then we will have to go with the plains. See the Storm Chaser's talent. Yeah, we'll get the plains down. Can get Surris down. Create the spider. So, mono blue so far from the opponent. That's a big no blocks from us. Didn't seem like there was a stick there, so no combat tricks at least. Another Surris. He is legendary, so what I will actually do is I will get remarkable readings down. We'll go ahead and enchant the plains. Do we see a counter spell right now? It is the Spell Pierce. Alright, well, we can at least attack in with the spider. And then next turn, well, we don't have any blue, so never mind. Another Storm Chaser's talent. That's pretty annoying. And he punches in with the otter. It's big no blocks from us. Overlord is a really nice draw, so let's go ahead and surveil. Ooh, Through the Omenpaths also. If this Overlord hits and he doesn't have a counter spell, which I know that's asking for a lot when we're playing against mono blue, just because they always have it. This guy's just a legendary gamer. 2-4, and we have 7 right now. He's playing the Vivi Soul Cauldron deck. That's pretty lame. I think I will take the trade. He can even pump that up at instant speed, man. This stupid Soul Cauldron. All right, well, we will play Surris again. Kind of hope we draw a land off the top. Doesn't really matter which one we keep. No attacks from us. All right, let's hope he's out of counter spells. He's just going to level that one up all the way. He takes Essence Scatter, which is nice. Hopefully, has he played a land for turn? Hopefully he doesn't have a Spell Pierce. We're going to go ahead and say no blocks. He's going to exile another creature, pump up his otter. So we take 6 damage right there, and we don't find a land. Oh my goodness. All right, well. Yeah, now I think he just keeps Essence Scatter open, and then we're not able to play Through the Omenpath. We really had to draw a land there. What is Essence Scatter for a creature? That is for a creature. All right, hey, he's all tapped out, so... And he doesn't attack. Let's absolutely go. So here comes Through the Omenpath. I mean, we do have to tap literally all of our creatures to do that. Ooh. Hopefully we can find the Ancient Adamantoise. We will get down Starting Town. We need to hit something good off this Through the Omenpath. Opponent is tapped out. I mean, Overlord of the Mistmoors is pretty nice. That's a pretty thick body on the board, and we do get to create 2 tokens. So opponent is going to return a Spell Pierce. All right, so we're not really casting any more creature spells for the rest of this game, but I mean, Through the Omenpath is gonna just carry us. So carry us to victory. I already know that. So we'll go ahead and ditch the elf. I guess we can go ahead and transform Surris. I will take 1 damage to do that. And then through the Omen Paths, what do you find for us? Absolutely nothing. You love to see it. But we can attack with Surris, and we will attack with Overlord. Get to create 2 more of those insect tokens, so I don't really see how the opponent's going to get through our creatures anytime soon. He does choose a double block, so I mean, he could have a... What's that one card called? Into the Royal? I don't think it's Into the Royal. It's something that bounces all your creatures back. River's Rebuke. He could have a River's Rebuke, but no, he has nothing. I don't think he had too many bounce spells, and yeah, the opponent just can't get through this, and probably sitting on a bunch of counter spells, so I'm going to do it to him, guys. Keep your backhand strong. Say, counter this. Get him out of here. Brutal Violence, playing with all these counter spells. Yikes. GG. All right, guys, we get to go first, and I will keep this hand. And I actually will just get the Pawpatch down instantly, just because I don't want to save up for 3 mana, because we have 2 other creatures that we have to spend 3 mana on. We don't have to spend 3 mana on this guy, so we'll do it like that. Pawpatch probably eats a removal spell if we're playing against mono black. And it looks like they're trying to do some graveyard stuff. There is Through the Omen Path, though, so if we can get quite a few creatures out, we might be able to cast this one early, which would be nice. And opponent is just doing cheesy graveyard stuff. Probably see a Valgavoth. Well, I guess that would be in 2 turns. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. I guess we get down Cosmogrand. I mean, yeah, you can just spend 4 mana. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so tired of these graveyard decks, man. 2, 4. All right, if we find a land off the top, we do get Through the Omen Path. Opponent's just going to sacrifice the Broodheart Engine. He could also just have Zombify, but it looks like he's sacrificing the Broodheart Engine just to find a Valgavoth. We do find a land, so I will absolutely tap all my creatures. We get it Through the Omen Path. Let's hope we can find something really good. What's better here? I mean, we're right at 18. I think we have to take Overlord just to generate some blockers for us. All right, opponent with another cash grab, another Valgavoth, and a summon Bahamut in the graveyard. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Mill 3. Well, at least he got rid of a Zombify. And I will block that one. Let's hope he can't reanimate his summon Bahamut next turn. Cosmogrand Zenith, I will play that one. This guy, we can pump him up to give all of our tokens +1. Pawpatch Recruit's really not the best draw for us. And I guess we can just attack with everyone. We do get to create 2 more of those tokens. An opponent did choose to take all that damage. It's probably just going to play a land and then sacrifice the Siege Ship. No, opponent gave it up. Let's absolutely go. It feels so good to beat a just deck that tries to cheese out all these bombs on turn 4, but I mean, honestly, we kind of try and do the same as well. I know everyone's trying to do it, guys. That's why I want to try and find some funnier creatures with Through the Omen Path, like the Ancient Adamantoise and stuff. I don't want to just find, you know, Valgavoth or summon Bahamut. Even though those are 2 creatures, you could definitely include them both as 4-ofs in this deck and hope to find those off Through the Omen Path. But, yeah. GG, boy. All right, guys. We got to go first. A little bit of a risky hand, but I will keep it. I think I'll wait for the rabbit. Maybe get him down on turn 3. I'll take an elf for sure. That will help with the convoke cost. Little tiny bones, so opponent might be on some discard stuff. I will take another land. I won't say no to that. And then next turn, we can get the Pawpatch down with Offspring. That does suck that he gets our elf right now. And yeah, opponent's probably sitting on just a bunch of kill spells. So, but yeah, here comes the Pawpatch Recruit. And then next turn, we do have Overlord coming down. And then even if we don't hit another land, we can cast Through the Omen Path. But I mean, yeah, we saw he's playing with Tragic Trajectory. I'm sure he has other kill spells. But yeah, there's not really much we can do about that. There's really not too much we can do about that. The Sunset Saboteur, I actually really like that card. No blocks. Collector's Cage is also really nice, but yeah, we're getting Overlord down, and if he doesn't remove any of our creatures, then next turn we do have Through the Omenpath. And if he does remove one of our creatures, and we find a land, we can still play Through the Omenpath. And if he removes all of our creatures, then we just have to get down Collector's Cage, so... He doesn't attack, so... I mean, we do have to tap all of our creatures for this. Is a little bit risky, but I mean, that's the whole point of the deck, is to try and get down a Through the Omenpath. And we find... I mean, Progenitus could be amazing. At the same time, Ancient Adamantoise, any damage that would be dealt to us gets dealt to the Ancient Adamantoise instead. So I want to play that guy. Even though I know Progenitus can block... Well, he can't block anyone, because this guy does have Menace. And if he attacks with Tiny Bones... No, I guess Progenitus does have protection from him. What is funny is if he does attack with Tiny Bones... then all that damage gets done to the Ancient Adamantoise. So he does have to target us right now, which is really nice. So I will just grow these flyers. And then this guy can go ahead and block, I guess, the Timeline color. And he's dealing no damage to us because all of that damage gets redirected to the Ancient Adamantoise. We do get to create the 10 treasure tokens. So now with the 10 treasure tokens, we can cast Summon Knights of Round. Yes, please. And then we still have 7 mana available. I would like to cast Overlord, but let's see what we find off Collector's Cage. And yeah, opponent scoops it up. So we could have cast Overlord. That would have eaten all that mana, though. So I wanted to see what we hit off the top 5. And yeah, we can't see it because the opponent just scooped it up right there. But yeah, Collector's Cage would have found something good. We have 3 different creatures. No, we don't. Look, we only have 2 power and 3 power. But we could still spend 1 mana to activate the Collector's Cage. Could have put a +1 counter on one of our flying insects. So then we do have 3 different creatures with 3 different power levels, so we would get whatever we find off Collector's Cage, could play that for free, and Through the Omenpath would also be able to, hopefully, find us a creature. We have definitely missed with it a few times, so that is a possibility. But yeah, that one turn where it was either Progenitus or the Ancient Adamantoise, I think it was the right call going for the Ancient Adamantoise, because yeah, they essentially did 0 damage to us. And yeah, we got all those treasure tokens, so we can now... Oh, and look, we can do it like this. Collector's Cage is coming down. We still have 5 mana available. We spend 1 mana to tap this one, so we still have 4 treasure tokens left, and then we could impend the Overlord as well. So, yeah, we could play our whole hand. So, yeah, really, really good game right there. And Through the Omenpath, finding the Ancient Adamantoise is what won us the game. So, GG. All right, guys, we get to go first. And you know what? I'll actually keep this hand. I can get the Elf on turn 1. And then we can get the Cosmogrand on turn 2. I just don't know if we can start double spelling. So this has to be white. We will pay life, and we will get down the Cosmogrand. And then let's think. Next turn we have 4 mana. So I guess we just impend the Overlord. Opponent on some Orzhov colors. So might be facing a ton of kill spells. They reveal our hand. They get to choose a non-land card. So they get rid of one of our creatures. Probably Overlord, I would imagine. No, they get rid of Cosmogrand. That's okay. Okay, we can actually double spell, which is really nice. So we go with the Sandstorm Salvager, and then we will go with Pawpatch Recruit with no offspring. And then we will put a +1 on each creature we control. So, I mean, yeah, opponent... not facing quite lethal, but it's getting up there. They just have a Perilous Snare, so luckily no board wipe. And since they are targeting one of our creatures, We'll grow the Llanowar Elf. And then we do get to Surveil. Forest, definitely don't need that. And then, let's see. Maybe actually having the Overlord start impending down is a little bit more important. So I think we keep the Elf back. Just so we have 4 mana available. And, I mean, he might have a board wipe. We've seen, you know, some hand hate and not quite a kill spell, but some removal. So I would not be surprised if we see a board wipe right now. But at the same time, I think if he had it, he probably would have ripped it. But, I mean, he probably sacrifices the Perilous Snare to find the Day of Judgment. So, yeah, indeed he has it. And that's why I got the Overlord down, just so he can start impending, just because, yeah, we're kind of far away from casting it. Maze Mind Tome, so would not be surprised if we see an Ugin. Can go ahead and get down Surris, and I do want to create the token. Create the spider token, and then we can actually transform him next turn. Man, I have not seen anyone play Beseech the Mirror in a long time. So, yeah, good on that guy. Search targets Graveyard Hand Library for 4 cards. Okay, interesting. I wonder what he names. Cosmogrand Zenith, maybe? Maybe Overlord of the Mistmoors. Yeah, it is just the Cosmogrand Zenith. I'm fine with that. And the opponent does get to scry. We will be dealing 6 damage to the opponent, and I will actually keep the Sandstorm Salvager just because I would not be surprised if he had a board wipe. But yeah, our Overlord does come online right now. And again, he needs a full board wipe. No, that's just 1. Does he have a split up? I think he has a split up. But then again, I mean, I think if he had it, he would have just ripped it instantly. So, yeah, opponent's definitely in the think tank right now. And they just pass over to us, so I will just go ahead and attack. Do get to create those tokens. He probably has something he can flash in, but I mean, you're still taking 4 damage, so... And that one is not gaining you any life, so... Yeah, that's just GG right there. So, yeah, opponent with tons of removal. Not 100% sure. I think I know what he was trying to do. I think that... Well... I think they're just trying to remove all the threats from our deck. So you play a bunch of creatures and stuff, and they just try and keep the board clean so that you don't have any creatures. And then, yeah, they, you know, name a creature, for instance, so that you can't play them anymore. And then if you have no creatures to attack them down, then they maybe win with a Planeswalker or something like that. But yeah, just too much value. Those tokens definitely came in pretty clutch. So yeah, GG. All right, guys, opponent gets to go first. I'm not the biggest fan of this hand, so I will take a mulligan. I'm not going to take a double mulligan. So we're playing against the Sephiroth Sacrifice deck. I guess we get the Verge on turn 1. And then I guess the Multiversal Passage has to be white, just so we can play Surris. But that will give us 3 mana, so we could play the Sandstorm Salvager. And I might be wrong. Maybe it's not the Sephiroth Sacrifice deck. Because normally they're playing in Orzhov colors, and this guy is just mono black so far. So he does take the Sandstorm Salvager. I think I still will get the Multiversal Passage down, just so that we can cast Surris. Ooh, Collector's Cage, also really nice find. So yeah, this one has to be white. I will pay 2 life for that. And then we will get down Surris. And then, I mean, next turn, Yeah, look, we have 3 different creatures with 3 different power levels. I absolutely love that Surris has 0 power. That's kind of unique. I know it's not super, super unique. Ancient Adamantoise. Why couldn't that be 1 lower? All right, well, let's go with Lush Portico. Let's see what's on top. Summon Knights of Round. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what we will take with Collector's Cage. I take that back. We will take a Through the Omenpath, and then we still have 1 mana available, so we need to pump up the Spider, because if we pump up Surris, we'll have 2 creatures at 1 power. If we pump up the Elf, we'll have 2 creatures then at 2 power, so we grow our Spider. That's 3 different creatures, and I mean, I'll take an Overlord of the Mistmoors on turn 3. Absolutely love that, and then we can start applying some pressure. Opponent can't really attack with their bat anymore, and oh, it is a Bloodletter of Aclazot, so might be playing with the Unstoppable Slasher, but yeah, I'm really not sure what the opponent can do. And guys, check this out. Might be a little bit risky, but I will convoke all of these creatures to get a double, or to get 2 Through the Omenpaths down. It's not legendary, so we get to trigger it twice. You find no creatures in the top 5. You absolutely love to see it. Let's see what the second one finds for us. I mean, I'll take another Overlord. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. We can attack with this one, create 2 more tokens. So, yeah, not really sure how the opponent gets through this. He could, of course, drop a land and play Deadly Cover-Up. I believe that is 5 mana. But, I mean, each turn we're just getting a creature, and we have some bombs in our deck. So, I'm pretty sure we win this. Never mind. All right, guys, opponent goes first. I will keep this hand, though. We can get the Pawpatch on turn 1, Collector's Cage on turn 2, and then we can get this Salvager on turn 3, and that will be 3 creatures with 3 different power levels. We won't be able to activate it right away, so it will have to be a turn 4, and never mind. Opponent's playing with a bunch of removal, so I still think we get down the Collector's Cage. See what we can find. I mean, Through the Omenpaths, that is what we are trying to hit today, so just don't know if we'll ever be able to really get any creatures on the battlefield. This opponent looking to remove a lot of them, and did we play this guy earlier where they just try and keep the board clear? Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. And yeah, I have a feeling some more targeted removal is going to come out. He is highlighting our creatures quite a bit. This is 2 mana. Opponent is thinking about it for a while. And yeah, there it is. Feed the Swarm. He does lose 3 life for that. And he is going to scry. I wonder if a YouTuber made a deck about this. Okay, wait. I think... Yeah, okay, we can at least get Through the Omenpath down again, and that is what saved us last turn. So yeah, 1 power, 3 power, and this guy who's attacking right now will be 4 power. We get a Through the Omenpath down, and we find not really anything. That sucks, but... Alright, big smack for 4 damage. Even if he clears the board, we at least have Through the Omenpath down, so... Here it is. No board wipe. He is scrying right now. Scries to the bottom. Oh, never mind. He did have the board wipe, so... Find a plains off the top. That I'm happy about, because now we can... I think I'm going to bin that one just because I want to find something better off the top 5, and I guess we go with Overlord. Force him to have another board wipe. We can grow this one right here. So that's 1 Day of Judgment down. That one comes in tapped. 6, 79, 10, 11. Alright, that's fine. He's still taking 9 damage. Yes, he's taking 9. We'll actually pump him up. So that's 10 damage right there. Does get to gain 4 life. And he does get to scry. He scries to the bottom. So 1 unknown card in hand. And he's going to scry again. Scries it to the bottom, so he did not like what he found, and we found a collector's cage, which is really nice because we can do it like this. I will activate this one. Honestly, I think I'll take the Remarkable Teachings, and then this collector's cage, gonna pump this guy up. This collector's cage is going to pump this guy up, and then we get to enchant a land. Oh wait, no, we didn't have 3 creatures. Oh, okay, that's my bad. All right, opponent's down to 6. Gets to draw off the top. It's an Elspeth Stormslayer. I don't think that saves him because he's all tapped out. So
I will turn the tide of battle.
I think we got him. Yeah, you can't target our Ancient Adamantoise, and that's 8 damage right there just because he has Ward 3. You can destroy our Overlord, but yeah, that was too much for the opponent. And then we could have even done it like this. I'm pretty sure we could activate this Collector's Cage, attach this. I want to try and get this for you guys because I had it in one of the games where I tested it out. I had a bunch of creatures on, I think I had like 10 creatures or something. I tapped this and I gave one guy +10, +10. Opponent was down to like 7 or something like that. That is really nice because we would get to create 3 1/1 human tokens. So then we'd have 7 creatures on board, and then we could spend 1 mana and tap the land to give one of our creatures +7/+7. So yeah, opponent, again, just trying to keep the board clear. We saw Feed the Swarm, Day of Judgment, Strategic Betrayal, Elspeth for some removal as well. And yeah, it is really Through the Omenpath that can just find these powerhouses that is really winning us the game. So yeah, GG. All right, guys, we get to go first. I guess I'll keep this hand. I guess I will keep it. And I actually think I want to cast the Pawpatch with Offspring. So, oh, and they get to choose a creature. Wow. Wow, what a card. And yeah, he gets rid of the Pawpatch Recruit. That sucks. We do find the Elf, which is nice. This one can be white, can enter tapped, and we will get the Elf down. And then next turn, we do have the... next turn, we'll actually start impending the Overlord unless he removes our Elf, which is what he does right away. Long goodbye. So here comes the Sandstorm Salvager. This guy and the token he creates probably eats a removal spell. He is hovering over our creatures right now. Why am I seeing so much removal today? There it is, Bitter Triumph. Discards a card. Sandstorm Salvager. Doesn't do anything. Pawpatch Recruit with Offspring will be nice because now if he starts targeting anyone, we can at least start putting some counters on other creatures. 2, 4, 5. 2 more and we could play this guy, but I mean the chance that we hit 2 lands. Yeah, see, so this is where these Pawpatch Recruits come in pretty nice. I have a feeling this opponent's just trying to do his daily challenges, so yeah, this isn't really a game, actually. Okay, another Pawpatch Recruit. I will actually get that one down as well with Offspring. So yeah, now if he wants to hit us with some targeted removal, our creatures will just get pumped up so much. And yeah, this guy is 100% just trying to do his daily challenges. I mean, he does get to remove that one. That sucks. But yeah, just 1 card in hand. And if it is targeted removal, it helps us out a lot more than it helps you out. We'll get Sandstorm Salvager down, and we can actually spend... Oh, I guess because he has Summoning Sickness. You can spend 2 mana right away and tap him. We do have 2 mana to pump up all of our tokens. But yeah, opponent, unless he has a deadly cover-up, I think we just win the game. Yeah, sure, you can gift me a land that we were drawing from the top. So yeah, not 100% sure what the opponent's trying to do. If your dailies are to just remove a bunch of creatures, not sure why he's playing with so much discard, but yeah, I mean, we got there in the end. GG. All right, guys, we gotta go first, and we have a super expensive hand, so that's a mulligan for sure. This hand is looking so much better. Go ahead and get back the Quilled Greatwurm, and then we got Pawpatch on turn 1. I think a Surris on turn 2, and hopefully we draw a land, because then it can be Collector's Cage and activate it right away to get the Collector's Cage. So we need to draw a land. But yeah, next turn, Multiversal Passage. Surris comes down. He creates the 2/1 token. Find another Through the Omenpath. That's pretty funny. We'll go ahead and put this one on white, and I will pay 2 life. So yeah, untapped land off the top. And we have a Collector's Cage activation next turn because we'll have 0 power, 2 power, and then we'll tap the Collector's Cage right away to give the Pawpatch 3 power. Opponent playing with Arabella. Oh, guys, so close. It's like I said, it had to be an untapped land. I mean, I guess I'll bin it right now because we're playing Collector's Cage, and we want to try and find something better than another Collector's Cage. Ooh, honestly, not the best, but I will take an Overlord. Can pay him 3, 4, 5. Pretty close to casting Through the Omenpath as well, especially when this Overlord enters. I think we actually can cast it then right away. Oh no, why did the opponent give up? Oh, guys, this next turn was going to be amazing for us because we were going to spend 1 mana, pump up either our Spider or the Pawpatch Recruit. We'd have 3 creatures with 3 different power levels. So then we would have Overlord entering. He would create 2 tokens, so that's 3 extra creatures entering right there, plus these 3 is 6, and we would still have 2 untapped lands. So we would have enough to play Through the Omenpath. We would have to tap all of our creatures for that, but I mean, yeah, we would have such a massive board state, and we would have 1 Through the Omenpath on the battlefield. I'm so sad that the opponent scooped it up right there. Anyways, GG. All right, guys, we get to go first, and kind of like last game, which the opponent, I mean, he didn't give up too early because we definitely were going to win that, but I was really hoping to pop off for you guys. We're going to try the exact same. So Pawpatch Recruit on turn 1. Get the Surris on turn 2. Opponent with some Unisleeves. I have seen so many seam rips today. There must be someone who has played a deck with that card in it lately, especially if they're just going to be packing a ton of removal. But yeah, next turn, hopefully we find a land, because then we can go with the Sandstorm Salvager. Double Starting Town. Dredger's Insight. All right, so this is at least a kind of new deck. I mean, opponent's just trying to do some graveyard shenanigans, trying to reanimate the summoned Bahamut on turn 4. That you don't really like to see, but not much you can do about it. We can go ahead and attack with the Spooter, and then next turn we got Collector's Cage, and we can activate it right away. Got 3 creatures with 3 different power levels. Summon Fenrir. That's nice, but it's not good enough. Multiversal Passage can enter tap. Don't need to spend any life for that. And I mean, if he does reanimate summon Bahamut next turn, then yeah, he is just going to destroy our Overlord. But at least we do have quite a few tokens. I will attack with the Spider, just put some pressure on the opponent. He does take the trade, or does he not take the trade? He does not take the trade, so he's down to 11. We have another Collector's Cage coming down next turn. Oh, and he doesn't have the reanimation spell. That I'm really happy about. We see a Day of Judgment. We see a Yuna hit the graveyard. So next turn, Yuna's coming in. Do we just have enough to finish the opponent right now? I think we might, because yeah, we can go Collector's Cage. Ooh. I will take a... No, I'm going to do it like this. I wanted to do this last turn as well. We will grow this flyer. I will enchant this land right here. And then, look, I can create some human tokens. And then we're going to tap this land. And we need 1 extra mana to give this creature +10, +10. Because we have 10 other creatures. And then we can attack with everyone. Let's absolutely go. GG. And yeah, opponent's looking at this little 2-1 that is now a 12-11, and he's like, how on earth did that happen? Well, doesn't really matter who you choose to block because it is over, my friend. So yeah, that I'm really happy I was able to showcase that one for you guys. The remarkable readings, it really can pump a creature up out of nowhere. Opponents don't really know this card because it is a new card, and people aren't really playing with too many new cards from the new set, but let's absolutely go. Could we have... Okay, let's imagine we didn't have that one. We would still have 2 mana available. We could have tapped this guy to put a +1 on each creature token. So then this guy would go up to 4. This guy would go up to 3. This one would go up to 5. This one would also go up to 3. And yeah, he's forced to block this one and this one. So 4 plus 3 plus 3. That's 10. Oh, I think he would have survived with just 1 HP. But yeah, he would lose his Summon Fenrir. We would still have our Overlord. He'd get a Una down. I guess he would bring back Summon Bahamut. He'd get to blow something up, but he'd be at 1 HP. I guess he could attack with this one to gain 6 life. I think we had the opponent. And I think, like I said, if we didn't have the remarkable readings, we could have pumped all of our tokens up by just 1. And I think if my math's correct, he would have been down to just 1 HP. But yeah, I mean, we have so many tokens on board. Yeah, that was a really clean game, and I'm really happy we got remarkable readings. So yeah, GG. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to the post-game wrap. And we're playing Through the Omenpath set, and we're playing with the actual card that is called Through the Omenpath. I think we got it down in nearly every single game today, and as you guys know from seeing the games, you can look at the top 5 cards of your library. Any creature you find there, you get to put... No, sorry. Out of those 5 cards, if you find a creature, you can put 1 creature onto the battlefield. So that's why we're playing with some of these just absolute powerhouses like Progenitus. I think we could have gotten him down 1 turn, but we chose to get down the Ancient Adamantoise, who is another really, really fun creature as well. And he actually was able to block a ton of damage for us. He died, and he gave us 10 treasure tokens, which we used to catch a bunch of spells on the next turn. So he's a really great one to find. Summon Knights of Round, kind of common card, you know, in the Una deck and just in some cheesy Reanimator decks. They will choose this card every once in a while as well, but him just being able to create the 3 2/2 tokens, that is kind of what the point of this deck is to create a bunch of tokens. So this guy fits really nicely in the deck as well. Overlord of the Mistmoors, for 7 mana, you get a 6/6 creature, and he creates 2 2/1 insects. Whenever he attacks, you get to create 2 of those 2/1 insects. But you can also impend him for 4 mana, which is really nice as well, just because, again, we want to have a lot of tokens on the battlefield, because Through the Omenpath, it costs 8 mana, but we never ever cast it for 8 mana. We use the Convoke ability, where all of our creatures can help reduce the cost of the mana by 1 generic mana for each creature we have. So Overlord of the Mistmoors being able to produce 2 tokens can help reduce the cost as well. The Pyrewood Gearhulk, I don't think we ever found him today just because he is a 1 of in the deck. And the Quilled Greatwurm, can't remember if we found him or not in any of the games as well, but another really fun creature where whenever a creature we control deals damage to the opponent, you get to put that many +1/+1 counters on the creature that attacked that turn as well. So yeah, those are the big creatures that we're trying to hit, and yeah, you can either find it with Collector's Cage or with Through the Omenpath. And then the way that you can actually, like I said, cast Through the Omenpath for cheap is when we have just a bunch of cheap creatures that can help with the convoke cost. And a lot of these creatures, nearly every single one, produces an extra token as well. So Pawpatch Recruit, you do need 3 mana for it to produce the extra token. Surris, for 2 mana, you get and again, the 0 power, I absolutely love that this guy is 0 power. And you create the 2/1 spider token that you see right there. The Cosmogrand Zenith, she's 2 power, 4 toughness herself. If you double spell on a turn, you get to create 2 human soldiers as well. The Sandstorm Salvager being 1 power and creating a 3-powered token as well. Really, really nice as well. So yeah, all of those creatures can help with the convoke cost. And of course, with Collector's Cage, you want 3 different creatures with 3 different power levels. So all of those are really, really nice as well. And then yeah, remarkable readings. It can go in this slot right here. So you guys can kind of see the layout of the deck. It's a lot of these cheap creatures to produce tokens as well, just so we can cast Collector's Cage and Through the Omenpath to find one of our really big payoffs. But this Remarkable Readings, it creates 3 1/1 human tokens for you, which is really nice as well. But then you can spend 1 mana and then tap this land that this card is attached to. So I think you do need 2 mana for that, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe you can attach it to the same land potentially, but yeah. Anyways, 1 or 2 mana, and then you can give 1 single creature plus X, where that X is however many other creatures we have. And in just this very last game we saw, we found a Remarkable Readings off of Collector's Cage. We activated Collector's Cage. Yeah, pumped up one of our creatures. I think we had an Overlord of the Mistmoors on the battlefield, so we had 2 of those moth tokens. Collector's Cage activated. We were able to play Remarkable Readings. We enchanted a land we controlled, and we had a bunch of other creatures as well, and we were able to give one of the moth tokens +10/+10. The opponent was at 11 life, so yeah, we were able to finish them off that way, which was super awesome. So I actually really do like this new card from the Through the Omenpath set as well. Of course, the actual card Through the Omenpath, absolutely love this enchantment. It's a lot of fun. And then Surris as well, another new card from the new set. Again, just being able to create the 2/1 spider token. And if you eventually do work your way up to 4 mana, you can transform him. You get a 4/4 with Vigilance and Reach, which is pretty nice. And then, yeah, all of these other creatures help produce tokens as well. So, yeah, overall the deck worked really well. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Of course, it's kind of like a roulette wheel. Spin the wheel, see what creature you find off Through the Omenpath or off Collector's Cage. And yeah, just have fun with it, which is with some of the creatures that I was playing with. Of course, Progenitus, Ancient Adamantoise, Quilled Greatwurm, and the Pyrewood Gearhulk. If you want to make the deck even better, guys, and you just want more consistency, let's see how many this is. This is 6 cards right here. 2, 4, sorry, it's 5 cards. You guys could honestly go up another copy of... honestly, maybe the Sandstorm Salvager. He's a really good card. Could maybe go up another copy of the Overlord of the Mistmoors. And, well, no, I take that back, because you do want to have a high enough density of pretty powerful creatures that you do find something good off Through the Omenpath. So just substitute these 5 creatures. Honestly, maybe for another Overlord of the Mistmoors, go up 4 copies of him. That would be really good. And then you would still have 4 copies left over. You guys could go 4 copies of Valgavoth. He's so good. You could go 4 copies of Summoned Bahamut. So good. You guys know all the strong, creatures that you would try and reanimate in a reanimator deck. You could probably just include 4 copies of whatever big creature you want. That probably does a bit better than some of these creatures right here. But yeah, these are the creatures that I went with today, just to kind of try and have some fun with it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think the deck worked really well together. And of course, it's a lot of fun when you can get a Through the Omenpath down and then spin the roulette wheel to try and hit one of these massive bombs. So yeah, I hope you guys also enjoyed the games that we played today. And if you did make it this far in the video, it means you probably did enjoy it. So go ahead, hit me up with a subscription. That helps me out tremendously. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And you guys can leave any comments down below of any cards that you would like to see me play from the new set. Or if you have a deck that you would like to see me play, you can let me know that as well, because I happily play any decks that you guys might suggest. But yeah, I'm going to end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out.